Hi, gun people. Well, let's do a little follow-up on this fire thing, because I'm getting quite a few comments, which is my feedback to tell if my message is getting through. Now, sometimes my feedback is, drive-bys and people that don't watch me and don't understand where I'm coming from and me playing devil's advocate or I'm being sarcastic or whatever. And I don't want the message to get lost. That deadly force, everyone should know the definition of it. Any force that is likely to cause death or serious bodily injury, period. That's deadly force, okay? Whether it's a car running you over, whether it's somebody dropping something from a crane on top of you, anything done intentionally that could cause serious bodily injury and or death is deadly force is authorized. Now, when you get into deadly force as accidental, a car can kill you. So if a car swerves and heads to you and it runs you over and you're able to draw your gun and shoot the driver, is deadly force authorized in that situation? You better be able to justify that you were in fear of your life and that the person was doing it intentionally. Now, you don't have to prove intentionally, but it's got to be reasonable. If a guy has a heart attack and he veers off and almost hits you and you can jump out of the way and you pull this, I'm smart, I know the law, and that car can cause serious bodily injury, therefore deadly force is authorized, and I opened up on the guy. I don't care if he had a heart attack. I don't care if he's having a diabetic fit. I don't care. He almost hit me and deadly force authorized, so I emptied my gun on him. Look, people, you're missing how deadly force is interpreted and designed. So in this case, with the fire boy, remember the Seattle guy? So a guy's walking down the street with a flaming torch. Is deadly force authorized right now? Raise your hand if you say yes. Well, it depends. It could or could not be. Every person would answer this differently. If I was standing behind this guy and he's walking away from me, then the answer would be no. He's not a threat to me. If my kids are in front of him and he's saying, I'm going to burn you kids up, and I'm behind him, then the answer would be yes. Totality of circumstances. Do you believe it? Is it reasonable? Are your kids in danger? Now, can you stand behind him and say, well, I thought he was going to burn somebody up, therefore I thought he was a danger to others, so I shot him? Not so good. You're probably going to lose. Deadly force is one of those, in all laws, is almost a living entity. It absolutely is not clear. It's clear as muddy water. It'll be played out in court, and you'll have the naysayers and the supporters, and you'll have the people in the middle, and you'll have everybody wanting to gain points, and it'll become political. Deadly force, and that's why it just irritates me when people come here and want to argue with me about the law and tell me, well, I know the law. And in Florida, that was the biggest one, man, where I got so many damn people coming here trying to be smart, telling me how great and smart they were and how I don't know what I'm talking about. Because the law in Florida is you can shoot carjackers. And if I say you can't, then I'm wrong. Well, okay. Look, I don't care. Let me make this clear. I've said this a million times. I don't care what you do. And you shouldn't change your decision based on what I say or what anybody says for that matter. But hopefully I'm educating you to where you can make a better decision. You can make a better decision. And I'm not telling you when and when not to. I'm telling you how I think the courts will perceive it, how the DAs will try to go after you or won't go after you, how a defense attorney can defend it or won't, what your civil exposure is going to be harder to defend. That's what I'm trying to get the point across, because the law is not clear. And anyone that tells you it is, you need to look at them and go, you know what? This person ain't as smart as they think they are, because they're full of shit. The people that tell you it's clear have never had to defend themselves. The people that are telling you how great and smart they are probably has never been in a courtroom, never had to defend their decisions. So, look, this guy with the flaming torch, okay? We'll call him Torch Boy. This guy could be shot and could not be shot, and it could change every second. Now, the big thing that everybody wants to kind of disagree with me here is once he shoved it through the window, it was absolutely clear deadly force was authorized. It was authorized for government and a cop. Hell, anything's authorized for them. If you're a citizen and somebody throws something at your car and you go, oh, I was in fear of my life, and shoot them, you're going to be screwed. Even if a guy takes a torch and shoves it through your window and runs away and you shoot him in the back, you're probably going to be screwed. The laws are not the same for the pesky citizens. Now, they are the same as they're written, but they are not applied the same. They are not prosecuted the same. Every DA will not come after a cop when he will come after you for doing the exact same thing under the exact same circumstances. It's wrong. It's not right. Government should be held to a higher standard. But the people that I'm getting here in these comments is that, why are you even asking this justified? This is clearly justified. It's not clearly justified. Nothing is clearly justified. By the law and in my book, if he shot when the guy was shoving it through, then yes. If he could have jumped out of the car and not been hurt, then I'm not so sure shooting a guy in the back as he's running away is justified. Now, I know the smart people, everybody else, and it gets so old when people just love to come here and tell you how you got it wrong. I mean, it gets so tiring. Look, you can be smart, and you can catch me because I ain't right all the time. But, I mean, what's your fucking point? It just gets old when you try to show how smart you are just to catch me and prove that I'm not right. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I'm giving you my opinion. And opinions vary. And if you don't like it, and you're just waiting for me to be wrong so you can come here and show how smart you are, then go watch Asp and challenge him. He loves to play how smart he is and how great he is. Look, the cop's going to get away with shit that you're not. This guy shoved fire through there and actually lit him on fire, and he had burns. And while he was in the car, I think he could shoot. If he got out of the car and shot, I don't think it would be justified. I think the guy's running away armed. Now, I know somebody's going to come here, try to be smart, and go, Rick, what about the fleeing felon rule? You said you can shoot a friendly violent felon and he's a danger to you, then he's dangerous. That is true. If that's your mindset, and I think this guy's a danger to someone else, then I could shoot him. But a crazy guy that throws away his impact instrument and his torch, and he tosses it, and then I shoot him as he's running away, I'm going to have a hard time justifying what was my dangers. Well, he could have went to the gas station, bought a cigarette lighter, and bought some gas, and then lit it again, and then that ain't going to fly. You can't do all those if, and, buts, and coconuts and try to justify force. You need to show that there was an immediate threat and immediate fear, and that immediate threat and fear was reasonable. And a guy, after he throws his torch, first of all, the guy doesn't seem like he's playing with a full deck anyway. He's walking around with a torch. Then he turns around and shoves it in the cop's car and runs away. The guy is obviously crazy. If we could shoot crazy people running away, look, we'd have a lot less crazy people. And all you people be running around, well, the law says, and I know the law. Well, okay, then write me a pen pal while you're in frickin' jail, and I'll try to do videos about your experience in jail because you know the law. I'm telling you, if this cop shot this guy running away after he got out of the car and claimed he was a danger to others, I'm not sure that would fly. I absolutely know it wouldn't fly if this guy turns out to be black and the cop turns out to be white. Well, Rick, the law doesn't say that. You don't know the law. The law says, and I know the law, and I can... All right, then fucking know the law, dude, and shut the hell up and get out of here. Stop wasting my damn time reading how smart you are in the comments. I'm telling you, people, deadly force is always situational. It's always boils down to reasonableness of the actions of all parties involved, and whoever uses deadly force better be able to justify that there was an immediate and reasonable fear. And I'm telling you, if a citizen shot this guy when he shoved it through there, now, if he's hanging on to the stick and he's trying to burn you and move the stick and continues the threat, then absolutely you can shoot him all day. Because there's an immediate danger that you could lose and get caught on fire. If he catches you on fire and still comes at you, then I think you can shoot him. Because you've got to worry about saving your life, and you're in fear that he may stop you and you're going to get more on fire, so then you could shoot him. If he lights you on fire and runs away, and you shoot him because you're pissed off he lit you on fire, and he's a fleeing felon, I don't think it's going to play as well. Now look, you people are going to get here and come mad at me and say I'm iffy and I'm always wishy-washy. And look, the law is never clear. You never get 9-0 rarely in the Supreme Court, and those are supposed to be the brightest, smartest, greatest lawyers in the world. Their whole job is to protect the Constitution, and they never defend the Constitution. They always rule, usually with their political freaking party, and it's always a split vote. So if the top judges that have the final decision can't agree, how the hell can anybody come here and tell me how they know the law and they're right? It's just absolutely a really rookie, ignorant comment when people do that. So understand that this guy with a torch, if you shoot him now, you better be able to justify immediate fear. Now, anybody can say, well, he was walking and there was a school in front of him, Rick, and he could have went to school and burned it down. So I thought it and I shot him. Well, then you're going to have to defend that, and I think you're going to lose. Now, if he's walking into school and he's about to open the door, you might be a little bit better. If you follow him and tell him to stop several times and he says, I'm burning down the freaking school, screw you, now you're going to be in a better boat. But if you just make all these conclusions yourself to rationalize and justify your fear or your protection or your wonderful spidey sense that you know all and you can predict everything that's going to happen and therefore you had to stop it and therefore you know the law and you shot the guy in the back, you're going to have issues. So look, every case I do, I usually use it independently and everybody's always, well, you didn't see this and you didn't hear the 911. Look, with more facts, I may change my mind. In this case, I think the guy was authorized shooting through the windshield when he was trapped in a car. He was about to be burned up and he was trying to get out of the car and the guy was doing it. As the guy is running away, every step he takes, the justification gets less. The further away he gets, the justification gets less, and the officer's fear should get less. And the officer's justification for fear will be less reasonable. If he was really in fear of burning up, why isn't he, and this is what a defense attorney will say, why wasn't he trying to put out a fire? Why wasn't he getting a fire extinguisher? Why wasn't he trying to save himself instead of shooting at my client running away? So tell me, officer, if you were so scared of my client when he was running away unarmed, why were you taking time to shoot at him instead of protecting yourself? Get out of the car, grab a fire extinguisher, put yourself out, make sure you're not in danger. Why weren't you doing that? Well, he just shoved it through my car, my deadly force authorized, so I shot him and he ran away and I know the law. Yeah, okay, you're going to sound like an idiot, you're probably going to lose. But again, that only happens if we have DAs that go after cops like they go after citizens. Remember, government protects government. This case, every deadly force case is always iffy. So the people that come here in the comments and try to be all smart, like, why did you even ask? Was it justified? Of course it was justified. That's a stupid. You don't even know what you're doing. You're an idiot. Look, I can't please everybody. And all I can do is block idiots so I don't have to waste time on their comments because I just get tired of reading it. And if you come here and ask if I blocked you, you will be blocked. I do not have time to read everybody that get their panties in a knot because they think they're blocked. And their first conclusion is, I blocked them. Even though YouTube deletes comments left and right and does all their bullshit behind the scenes, people want to come here and ask me and waste my damn time. Hey man, did you block me? Here's a clue, you freaking dummies. If I blocked you, I'm not going to see your question of did I block you. So if you think you're blocked, then just assume you're blocked and shut the hell up or find out some other way. But if you ask me, I'm blocking you. I don't have time to read your dumbass comments. I'm trying to read comments to give feedback so people that want to learn can kind of learn something from my experience. I can give them my opinion from what I've done. If you don't want that, then get the hell out of here. Don't ask me if you've been blocked. Freaking crybaby. All right, anyway. Deadly force. Is it authorized? It changes every step, every moment, every perception of every officer at every angle, at who sees what. That's why you can't shoot because somebody goes, shoot that guy. No, I got to shoot him because I know and I can justify that someone's in danger. I don't shoot him just. Now, that's not even true when you get in the military and you're dealing with nuclear weapons, priority A resources, protection of the president. All bets are off. Anybody that thinks they have constitutional rights around nuclear weapons and the president, you got another thing coming because it just ain't happening. Okay? Secret Service, and I've worked with them many times, and I'm telling you, they do not follow the same rules as other cops. First of all, they're feds, they're protected, and when you're protecting a president, you can pretty much do any damn thing you want. And the same thing with nuclear weapons. When you're sitting on nuclear weapons, you're guarding a convoy, all bets are off. You don't have to worry about background, and you don't have to worry about, it doesn't matter. Deadly force is authorized. You fuck around with a nuclear weapon and your ass is going to get lit up. No ifs, ands, buts, coconuts, no questions. No, please, kind sir. Please don't do that. Please, I'm trying to... No, ain't none of that shit happening. You screw up in a nuclear weapon and your ass is getting shot. And guess what? Somehow, people know that because we don't have people getting shot messing around with nuclear weapons. When was the last time you heard somebody killed messing around with a nuclear weapon? It just don't happen. Why? Because they know it's a no-play zone. And you freaking are going to lose. And you're going to lose big time. And you're going to lose fast. All right? So nothing is clear. Nothing is 100%. Anybody that tells you otherwise, you can say, I said it. I think they're full of shit. All right? We'll end that there.